going to give it a few minutes. I've got my daughter here with me, which come to think of it, let me slide you a little bit that way so you can't see because there we go. As long as this part, I think that'll be okay. But don't try to get in. Otherwise, they might cut out a lot off. Okay, you have kids. My intentions for this live is because a viewer basically asked that I do a reading on the case of Tramonte. I forgot his last name, but this is just the case of the young man who I feel like maybe was made to look crazy in the media, okay? So I'm going to set my intentions. I'm going to, me setting my intentions is the same as saying my prayers. So let me go ahead and do that real quick right now. Thank you, Holy Spirit of wisdom, for the opportunity to serve in this way. I ask that you would show me anything that you would like for myself and the collective to know about the case of Tramonte. Give it to us straight, no chaser. Let me hear, see, know all that I need to in order to give this reading and to be as detailed as possible. Be with me, so be it, and so shall it be. Peace, love, light, and darkness, which all work together to bring balance and harmony first within ourselves and then within our world. Guys, I'm going to say this now. I am fighting a cold over here. We are sick, but here we are anyway. All right. I'm going to start with my energetic deck. Mommy, can you go bring my glasses? Bring my green glasses off of my desk over here, please. Yeah, that one's right. My other daughter just woke up. I hope that you guys are going to be doing well. I hope this message finds you well.
I said there is something.
Okay. Well, we heard you. No, I don't want the arm right now. I just asked you to bring it for me. Thank you. Have a seat. Sit down. I told you, don't show yourself in the live. Otherwise, they'll cut it off. Just sit beside mommy. All right, that's enough of that. Hey, girl. Hey, mama. Good evening, or morning, wherever you are. Good day. So I'm just clearing the energies of these decks and preparing them for this reading. Okay. And I feel like maybe after I do this reading, specifically in respect to Tramonte, if you guys, if anybody in the audience would like to get a reading while on the live, I am also going to open it up at that point for donation-based readings, okay? Anywho, let's get it started. But if you want to read and don't allow for the fact that maybe you don't have anything to stop you, who knows? Scorpio, I transform. Somehow I am not surprised that is the first energy that's coming out. Scorpio is a very psychic sign, okay? These would be, to me, like the mediums. Not to say that the other water signs are not, but Scorpio energy is extremely powerful, especially with the underworld and maybe even the likes of necromancy. So, necromancy is about death and regeneration. So, being able to see the dead come back to life, right? That was a part of, if I'm not mistaken, this was literally a part of Tramonte's testimony when he was trying to explain to the judge what he saw happening. So I also want to say that, of course, Scorpio also deals with psychology and stuff like that. So I think that that's the reason why the concept of mental health is even coming up in the first place, and also why a lot of people who are actually spiritually gifted are often misdiagnosed as schizophrenic or having some type of mental illness. Okay, I believe that he's extremely spiritually gifted. Mommy, you gotta get out my live too. Sit right there. Just relax. So Scorpio also makes me think about the Tower card and also the Judgment card. And the biggest one that I'm hearing in my ear is Awakening. So I feel like this man's testimony or this man's whole case, it's about some type of reckoning. Okay, y'all please excuse me and bear with me. I told y'all I'm fighting a cold and my voice is like really, really dry. My throat, hold on. Yeah, I feel like him even get out of here. Get over there. And if you cannot do right now, you will be going into your room and watching your shows. Please do what I ask you to do. I feel like that was broadcast for a reason. It was meant for a whole lot of people to lay eyes on that. Okay? Moving on. Death energy. Look, communications. This man, like I already felt this way anyways, you guys. This was the reason why people even, well, it was only one person, but this is the reason why somebody was like, do a reading on it. Because what I had to say was, I don't think that he is mentally ill at all. Thank you, Mommy. I believe that he really does see what he thinks he sees, and he can actually communicate with the whole. Oh my God! I forgot to even say this about the Scorpio energy. I don't know if I did or if I didn't. It deals with the underworld. It deals with the spiritual realm, that which we cannot see with our naked eyes. Period. And I believe that he clearly articulated that. Air element is all about mass communications. So the World Wide Web, Mommy, go over here. You gotta be right here, okay? I'm with y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. Yeah. He can communicate with the other side. Period. That's what I feel like is coming through the cards first off in this deck. Libra, I balance. This has something, of course, this is dealing with the judicial system. Libra deals with judges, lawyers, courts, order, structure. I have no idea if he's going to, in essence, get justice. I don't know. But with the Libra I balance card, bare minimum, we have seen what happened in the court system. What I think is, what I'll say that is most sad right now is that there is nothing. There is nothing in place. There's actually no structures that I know of in place for people who are spiritually gifted who wind up in trouble with the law. They usually get railroaded. These people usually get, if they don't get railroaded, you got to go be treated and medicated. And I just think that that's really sad. I think with all the science and observations, and this is just my sidebar, you guys. I do apologize, but this is my sidebar. It should, like, people know the justice system and the legal system is well aware of the fact that there are people who are spiritually gifted. There ought to be some type of programming or some type of system that can help represent them. But obviously that's too good. I mean, that's too, what is it? What's the phrase my parents used to say? That's too much like right. Let's see what's going on. Let's hit the table first. Goddess of Swords. The Ace of Swords. Four of Pentacles and the God of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, I am seeing the Lovers, which the Lovers can deal with some type of cooperation. It can talk about some type of harmony or healing, something that is led by the angelic forces, angelic realm. The Goddess of Swords here is the equivalent to me of the Queen of Swords. Be with me, Spirit. Give me information and wisdom and insight on this. When I was preparing for this reading, I will say that I felt like he was in touch with the divine feminine. So this Goddess of Swords energy could still just be him showing up in the reading, but he is very, very gifted. Like, he knows what he's talking about. I also feel like this can have something to do with some type of, like, a mother or maternal figure. Like, the gift is passed down that way for his family. The Ace of Swords talks about clarity. I feel like somehow, okay, so remember how I was saying I felt like this case was kind of broadcast on purpose as if it was an awakening or a reckoning moment? You guys, I feel like there is something, somehow this case is going to be used to bring some type of truth and awareness. Look at this. I'm seeing a literal crown. I feel like his crown chakra is wide open. If I'm not mistaken, okay, so what I'm getting, because the next card out here is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is about kind of like trying to establish oneself, maybe having difficulties in creating stability for oneself is possible, or this idea of holding something to themselves. Okay, it's possible that hold on, y'all. So sorry. Please give me a moment. I want to go ahead and start clarifying. Give me a minute. Show me this Four of Pentacles energy, Spirit. Thank you. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles is coming out here. So being very, very skilled. I feel like at one point in time, this young man kept this to himself. He did not talk about this very often. I think that it kept him from, like, it feels like it kept him from being able to make a firm foundation for himself. He may have even been in a lack mentality. He may have had hardships financially. With this Eight of Pentacles coming out, I don't know why, but it seems like somebody could be getting ready to invest in this young man because of his skill set. I see the King of Wands. Y'all, I don't know why, but I really get I feel like he's got a calling on him to serve And did he talk about that for those people who may have seen something about him? Didn't he say something like kind of like about being able to help people? Let me look at the comments because I don't know if I can see anything. Y'all, if there's anybody here that's been familiar with this case, please make sure that y'all say something in the chat and stuff. Let me know that I'm, either I'm not tripping or yeah, I've heard this or what have you. I would not be surprised if in some kind of way he experiences some form of exoneration and is a person that's highly sought after. Look, let me say this. I wouldn't even be surprised, y'all, because the swords, the goddess of swords is like the queen of swords. That can still deal with like mental mastery, science, and things like this. I wouldn't be surprised if they are holding him and doing all sorts of experiments on him. I wouldn't be surprised if they like try to offer him a lot of money just because they know that boy not lying. They know he's not lying. It says 9 messages, but I didn't see anything. So what the heck are they talking about? Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. For those who are not aware of what's happening right now, hi, I am the Pretty Coach. I'm also Jude. It's simply Jude. I am here doing a reading that one of the people who has seen my video about Tramonte, they were like, hey, maybe you should do a reading on it. And I thought to myself, hey, I might actually do that. So I sat with it for a little while before I did. And I feel like it's time. So this is why I'm here doing the reading, okay? Dari, go to the room, baby. Play in the room. Go ahead. Because mommy can't focus and she cannot think. Go. This young man's gift is so very potent, so very strong. He's very, very skilled. So while in one hand they may try to make this man look like he's crazy, back at the ranch, they're potentially, and even if they're not paying him, right, what they're doing, they could be exploiting his energy. I see the 8 of Pentacles. I feel like the 8 of Pentacles is all about working diligently, learning a new skill, or it talks about building a craft that you already have and being so good at what you do that people are willing to pay you handsomely. Hi, honey. Let me see. Hey, honey. Okay, so will it let me see you? Do you feel like being seen?
Girl, nah, I look a mess. It sent me an invite. I'm like, what is this?
Hold on, I can't hear you. Give me a minute. Say that again.
I said, send me an invite. I'm like, what is this? Girl, nah, I look a hot mess. I'm laying in my bed.
Girl, I understand. Okay, how do I send the invite? Girl, this is so new.
I don't know. Yeah, I got it. It says you've been invited to a live. Do you know? Did you send it to like all your friends or something?
I didn't send nothing, but I think that TikTok does that. Where they're just calling, because I did see them send something across the screen saying that they're calling, the room is growing, they're calling people to it. So I'm guessing they called you too. But you don't have to come on if you don't want to, girl. It's no problem. I just saw you up there and I was like, oh my God. But I've been thinking about you anyway. This your season. But I digress. Let me go ahead and get back into the reading itself. So like I was telling you guys, I see this 8 of Pentacles, which is a card about being really skilled at something and being highly sought after, or you're going to be, or this could be an energy of being paid handsomely. So this is one thing that I can say. Even if he's obviously not free, I think that they're taking decent care of him because he's powerful with the King of Wands. And as a matter of fact, what we saw in him speaking passionately in that courtroom, it's giving confidence, but it's not necessarily because it's not like a macho confidence. It's just a confidence like, hey, I've been dealing with this. I've been able to see this for as long as I can remember type energy. So this is what the King of Wands could be representing. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is also here. So again, that could deal with maybe that could deal with a fame aspect, or it can deal with just international affairs or diplomacy. Spirit, is there anything more about this Four of Pentacles? The Magician is showing up here. I don't know what's going to happen, but it feels like first and foremost, just to be clear, the Magician, super, super powerful. I don't know in what way that this could be showing up in his life, but baby, I feel like it's possible that some things are going to shift. Some things are going to potentially turn around in his life. I would not be surprised. And I did say to y'all that I have a feeling that he's somehow going to be, I don't know, I don't want to say this because I don't want to be presumptuous, but I feel like there's something karmic that's going to happen. I even feel like there's going to be something that is exposed in such a way that they can no longer hide it. And because of that, he's going to be exonerated. Give me a minute, y'all. Let me put my doggone phone on the charger. Let me put it on the charger. Okay, there it goes. And then another understanding of this is that they could be attempting to utilize his messaging and his energy for their own benefit. Okay, what is the Ace of Swords here for? Let's just get it. I got the Lovers coming out again. That was already at the bottom of the deck right here. And the Four of Cups. Lord, what in the world could this energy be about? Okay. So the Four of Cups is normally this air of discontentment or feeling like something is missing. This is usually my card for something could be right in front of your face, but you cannot see it because you're focused on the wrong thing or you're focused on something else, something that you shouldn't be worried about, okay? Now, this is what's clarifying the Ace of Swords, which is all about clarity. It is all about the truth being put out. So with that being said, again, his testimony was the truth. That is something that is coming across the board, in my opinion. His testimony was the God-honest truth. And I think that it's possible that some people have been looking for a sign because this is giving a sign to me. This is giving a sign. Somebody wants to know the truth. For him, again, even in his testimony, that's what he kept saying. Like, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. But I feel like for some of us, you know, we could also be looking for the truth. There are people who needed to hear that, people who needed to know that. Just off of the strength of not feeling like you're by yourself, not feeling like you're alone. And some people just needed to be made aware that this is real. I am seeing the Three of Swords here. That is the air of confusion. That can sometimes be my card of like grief, maybe even depression. I feel like his life has been it's been tough because of the way that his mind works, because of this spiritual gift. And show me the Goddess of Swords, Spirit. Show me the Goddess of Swords. Okay. I saw another card here, though. Mommy, stay right here. I'll give it to you later. I'm seeing the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. Hold on. Girl, did you poo-poo again? My baby. Oh. Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta go change my baby. I'll be right back. Let me see if I can how do you pause this stuff? So, pause the live. Okay, y'all. So I am back. I don't know who's still here, but we have pulled the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. What I will say is I feel like this kind of feels like a movie, y'all. If I'm honest, this feels like a movie. And if I was watching this movie, here's what I feel. It's giving that he was battling low vibrational entities that other people would call demonic, otherwise known as demonic, right? And those energies have to have a host. They simply need a body, right? So the vibe that I feel, it's like he's a warrior. He is a spiritual warrior. Whether he really wanted to be or not, he has been having this gift for such a long time. It almost felt like it plagued him. Okay? It feels like he's had to learn a lot about his gift just because of experiences that he has had. Now, the vibe that I'm getting with this Knight of Cups and this Seven of Pentacles is it feels like in reflection, it feels like he has remorse, right? He has a lot of feelings about what happened. I think in one respect, he knows what the freak he knows, and he knows what he witnessed and what he saw. He knows that ultimately I would never have hurt nobody, like, because I'm not that type of person. You know, but seeing what the freak he feels like he knew he saw, they had to go. They had to go. They had to go. He didn't know that. I feel like it's like he has remorse. All I'll say, I'll stick to that part. I feel like he has remorse surrounding the loss of lives of people. But ultimately, he knows that he was dealing with something that was not human. That's what I get from this right here. Cookie, I cannot do this right this second. Okay, just hold on. Hold your horses. Give me a minute. I want you to know, you don't run me, okay? No, you don't run me. Yeah. Here you go. You welcome. You welcome. We practicing. All right. I feel like I said, there is remorse about what happened and how it played out, but ultimately, he is a person who knows, like, his mind is well. Okay? I don't know how else to say it. The man's mind is just fine. Show me. Thank you. I didn't even get to say it, but you know. I got the High Priestess in the reverse. You know, I'm going to say this because I did kind of hear it or feel it before, but now with it, what I feel like has come up in the cards, I'm going to say it. I'm getting two different messages for this. I'm going to say the first one that I felt. I feel like it feels like this is one of those things that unfortunately it's possible that he should have been quiet about. And I'm not that person that'll say that. Like, I feel like it's righteous to tell the truth all the time as much as possible. But sometimes it's really not. Sometimes it's not. On top of that, the second message, and I'm saying that because we are in a system where they are not moral. These people ain't moral. And they certainly, I'm not going to say that they don't respect the spiritual because, I believe they do. But they're fighting for a different thing. So, of course, they're not going to let those who are about purity, about truth, and who are against their systems win. They're not going to do that, especially not when they fight so freaking hard to remain in control. So with the High Priestess in reverse, this gives a person who should have probably been quiet about their spiritual giftings. And it also gives the other understanding that I have is that somebody does not have morality. He is very, very intuitive. I need to know when his birthday is. Can somebody look up Tramonte's birthday? If there's anybody that's here with me, here go the card. I already called it. When I saw the Scorpio I transform energy, I mentioned that it reminded me of the Tower energy and it reminds me of Judgment. Judgment deals with reckonings. Judgment deals with awakenings. Now, let me also say it from this point of view and from this perspective, because I might be painting him in a good light, you know, and maybe he actually wasn't right. And I'll say, and this is what I mean. He may have had these gifts, right? But he might have been misusing them. He may have been abusing them. And this could very well be his day of reckoning. That's not what I feel innately, but I always have to give like as much detail in every possible scenario that it could be. Okay. Like he could have been moving at some point, like just off of in raw power, inappropriately, moving too fast. Maybe even using his spiritual giftings for wrongdoing. And now, if that was the case, then it's possible that this is something to alarm him, to wake him up, to snatch him back in order. And I'm just saying that if that's a possibility, okay? Lord, show me more about this God of Wands. Temperance, Sagittarius energy is showing up here. Patience, a saint. So, yeah, y'all, I don't feel like, yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't feel like he did anything wrong. I really don't. I think that I think he's a spiritual warrior in these streets. I do think that this that's happening is so unfortunate. Stop it, Pookie. Now, mommy. You know, I talked about diplomacy and international stuff, didn't I? That's Sagittarius energy. That is Sagittarius energy showing up. Now, temperance energy is talking about respect for different elements and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's giving. I really hope that this is the truth, what I'm feeling. It's very possible, guys. Remember how, for those who have been here, I mentioned a little bit earlier in this live how it sucks that there is nothing, no framework in the judicial system for people who are spiritually gifted. And that sucks. That is actually, if you ask me, it's also wrong because the government is very much aware. I'm going to take my glasses off because ain't nobody saying nothing in the chat. No way. The government is very much aware that people with spiritual giftings exist. They know it's real. They study the people. And if they can pay them to come work for them and to, I mean, in some perspectives, it could be to exploit their giftings, and others, it could be to utilize it. I don't know which one it'll be. But I will say this, as a person who is very into things like neuroscience and the supernatural powers that we all have, I'm going to tell y'all, the government has already, and some of y'all already know this, right? Y'all know this. Y'all seen the damn TikToks just as much as I have. The government has known about our abilities for a very, very long time. And they have been using people and their giftings to serve their purposes. Now, I'm upset because it be looking like other people tend to get hired. I hope you're following what I'm saying. Other people get hired with their spiritual giftings. But us, those who look like me, somehow, if depending on your gift, depending on other aspects of your life, you get jailed. Or you get told that you're crazy, that you're experiencing psychosis, or that you're schizophrenic, or that you are whatever other term that they could create. That's what we become. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But I don't think that that's for naught. I think that there's a reason that they do that. Anyway, Lord, is there anything more? I'm seeing the Two of Cups, the Two of Swords, and then the Eight of Swords showing up here. And I see the Justice card at the bottom of the deck once I pull those underneath it. This Two of Cups talks about being on a same page, being with like-minded individuals. It can talk about a partnership. So, y'all, I think that right now, I said that they might be getting ready to like offer him something to utilize his giftings. He might literally be sitting, having to think about it while being either imprisoned, even though this is just usually mental imprisonment. It's so unfortunate. I feel like he feels stuck. Even if only in his mind, he feels stuck, he feels trapped, he feels like he may even be getting mentally and emotionally abused. Or there are just so many different thoughts, so many different variables in his mind, so many different ways that something could play out. So he might be paralyzed in his mind about what choice that he needs to make. With the justice card showing up here, I do feel like something karmic, some type of retribution, some type of revelation and vindication will come from this scenario. I don't know if that made sense, but that has been the reading, you guys. I feel like something is going to get cleared up. It's even possible, y'all, that there's new legislation. I don't know how long it's going to take. I can't go into the timing of it all. But it is very possible that that was put on a world stage in a way because there needs to be more people talking about this. And also, I think that the spirit of the Most High God and the earth has a plan to bring certain things into union and harmony and balance. That is the reading. Okay, hold on, because I'm sitting here and I'm looking over the cards. And just so I don't leave this part out, because this is a very real possibility, this could have also had something to do with a relationship of some sort, whether it was a friendship, whether it was romantic, or bare minimum feelings somehow were involved. All these cups, but again, cups deal with the emotions and spirit. I would want to know a little bit more about the case, but as of now, I'm going to leave it right where it is. I think that there's going to be some type of clarity, could be exoneration and vindication once everything is revealed about this young man's case, that is going to bring restoration and balance. And this could happen on a world scale. And he's being used as a vehicle. In his case, is being used as a vehicle to do it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for those who tuned in. Thank you for the person who was here with me all the way to the end. I appreciate you a great deal. If you are new, guys, please go ahead and consider, not subscribing, consider following me. If you're already following me, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Now I'm going to open up the floor for anybody who may want to get their own private reading, you guys. I am also accepting donations. I guess I should put my thing on Cash App in the chat. Let's see. For anyone who would like to get their own reading and stuff on this evening or on this live, you're most welcome. Where is the comments? And how do I post one? More sound effects. Hold on. Y'all, I haven't done live stuff in so doggone long. Let me remove background noise just in case there. Oh, here it is. Comment. Okay, this is my Cash App, and I'm just going to put it in the chat for people who may come through and want to donate and get your own reading at this time. Okay, so I'm going to just give y'all some ideas of what you could get readings on. I feel like this is a season for a lot of people of transition, change. You could be feeling like, the best way that I've been describing it is like you're in a large body of water. There's no land in sight and it's getting dark. Or for you, it may already be dark. And that just means you may not have clear sight or clear direction right now about where you're headed. You might can feel some stuff though. You might can feel some stuff. Let me pin that comment. Anyway, it's available to you guys. If no one should choose that, that's fine. I'll get off of here because I'm done with the main reason that I was led to come and do this reading, y'all. Okay. Readings that I like to do, I love doing general readings. They can touch on any aspect of life, like career, love life, family life, friendship, and just, spiritual and emotional work. I also do love readings just to give you some insight on what's going on. You can ask about a specific person, or you could just ask about what's happening in your life or what have you. And I just tap in. And I also just want to say thank you in advance for those who allow me to tap into your energy. It is absolutely a pleasure. I love doing this. I also incorporate, astrology and readings and things into my coaching that I do. I offer confidence and clarity coaching, especially for people who are wanting to start businesses. And even if you're just doing it for personal development. I don't think I have my link in bio over here. But if you go and follow my other page, The Pretty Coach, I do over there, and you can book that over there as well. One more time. Thank you, Holy Spirit of wisdom. For anybody who's still here and you just watched the you know about the Tramonte case, what are some of you guys' thoughts about that case? Have you heard about it? And if so, what you think? Do you think that he wasn't lying? Do you think that he's crazy? What do you think? And why do y'all think they showed that? They don't be showing stuff like that outside of us. What y'all think they showed that? One more time. Oh, also, guys, I know that I could be new to people over here. So if you do not yet feel comfortable getting a reading from me, which I can understand, I would suggest that you go and look at my YouTube. I am the Pretty Coach Oracles over on YouTube. I have so many readings over there because I've been reading for years. Okay. I don't even remember. I lost count of how many years. When did I start doing readings? I started doing readings back in 2018. Not me forgetting the card. Let's show that again. So I've been reading for coming up on 10 years. It ain't quite there yet. What is that, 7 years? All right, guys, this is the time where you guys can ask for a reading if you would like one. Also, let me say this. I just love doing this, so you don't have to think that, oh, I'm not going to do it because she taking donations. I'll still do the reading because, I'm in the reading spirit. But, of course, I'll be ever so grateful. I'd be ever so grateful if you did give a gift in the form of a donation. But I want a reading. So if you're here and you want a reading, please don't be shy. Come on. Let me see what they just put up here at the bottom. Hold, please. Oh, okay. So they're trying to summarize what's happening right now. They said a psychic is giving a card reading They spelled this wrong, but on the Tramonte case, it's Tramonte. Did I spell it wrong? I probably did. On the Tramonte case, ask for a private reading. Yep, y'all can. Because we're finished with Tramonte. We've already read for him. I know what I'm going to do. No, Daria, don't do it. Go back to that room with all that noise.
Mommy's hitting me.
Okay, bye. I'm so sorry about that. I know what I'm going to do for y'all. For people who may come on and stuff like that and you're new to me, I'm going to do a general reading. Pookie, what you doing? Your sister said that you in there hitting on her. Y'all, this is my 1-year-old. The 1-year-old is beating on the 1-year-old beating on the 4-year-old. All right, Spirit, thank you so much. Give me a general reading for the collective who are here now. 8th house, endings and beginnings. Big Scorpio energy showing up. I'm going to stop right there. Capricorn, I use. So, oops, listen, I feel like for some of y'all, whoever I'm talking to, your job, this is, okay, something about work life. Something about work life could be coming to an end. I've been getting a lot of messages for fellow readers and fellow spiritualists, fellow wise counsel, lawyers, counselors, teachers, healers. Okay? A lot of people are now being called to the forefront. Mm-hmm. You can't hide no more. Like, if you were scary before or what have you, like, this is not the time for that. Now is the time for you to go ahead and come on out, show your colors and all that kind of stuff, because people need you. People need you. They need the expertise that you have. You may not think much of it, but you are an expert at something. You are an expert at something. And Capricorns, they are the sea goat, baby. That is, they're able to go really, really deep into the water, which is spirituality, emotions, and feelings, thoughts. And they're able to come out and put that on land, which is the power of manifestation. All right, hold on, ma'am. You already know what I'm doing. So please hold. Thank you for the notification. The 8th house can also deal with marriages, taxes, inheritances, dealing with other people's money. So some of you guys could also be in the arena of being a financial advisor, being in insurance. I'm hearing like you could literally be in family law. Civil litigations. All right. Ace of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Pentacles. I kind of don't like how this came out, but hey. I see the Ace of Wands here for some of us. This could have been, and this is in my past energy, so it's possible that somebody could have had a very passionate new beginning of some sort. It could be with work. It could be just with your own inner resolve, your own inner power. This is also my card sometimes for sensual energies as well. Somebody could have got it on with someone most recently. And mind you, the 8th house does deal with the reproductive organs. Scorpio energy, birth, rebirth, death, and life. Okay. Bare minimum, this is passionate energy. I also get direction from this card too. Some of you guys could have been focusing, and this is my current energy right here with the 9 of Pentacles. Some of you guys could be single. Hummingbirds are significant for you. Grapes are significant. A vineyard or a bare minimum, like a garden that has grapes are connected. I forgot to say this, but oh, sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are connected to the Ace of Wands. Virgo with the Nine of Pentacles. Some of you guys could have gotten inspired action to work on your fitness, to work on your health. Okay? That could be the name of the game right now. Getting very clear about what you want to look like. Why? Some of you could be led to also become more focused on yourselves. This is, if there was ever a self-love card, for me, it is absolutely the Nine of Pentacles. But this is self-love in the form of taking action in regards to you. Depending upon yourself, not looking to anybody else per se. Becoming self-sufficient. Which also doesn't mean that you don't need people, right? But it just means that you're your first line of defense. This is my card of luxury. Hold on, y'all. Let me go check on my baby. I gotta go. I'm a mama first. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me go and wipe this girl. No. Oh, no. Okay, we're back. So yes, where did I stop, y'all? Focusing on your fitness, focusing on self reliance. We also have the Five of Pentacles here, which is a card of before I move on from the Nine of Pentacles, that is also my glow up card. That is my card of either a man or a woman who does take care of themselves. They may find themselves paid very well. Hold on, let me get this right. They may find themselves paid well, doing well in life financially. So yeah, I just need to say that because, and I think it's gonna play into this last and final card. The last and final card is the Five of Pentacles. Now, this is also still a woman, so this could still be some energy that's dealing with the divine feminine or a woman. It doesn't have to though. This could also be dealing with men, but initially, this is making me feel like a change in somebody's life that happens kind of all of a sudden. It could be a creative endeavor, a work endeavor that finally takes off for them and sets them in a position where they're able to take care of themselves financially. They're able to whip their bodies into shape and be more healthy. And they are living a life of luxury per them. But they might also experience some form of maybe depression or remorse or regret in some kind of way. And I think that that's due to the change, like the nature of the change, okay? You know, when you're getting ready to move up, when you're leveling up, there are people, places, things, and ideas that literally cannot come with you anymore. I'm getting the picture of when a so-called rocket launches into outer space. There's this point in the altitude where these things, I forgot what they call them, don't quote me, but y'all gonna know what I'm talking about when I describe it. There are these things that fall away from the rocket, and then the rocket is what goes up into or out of the stratosphere. This is kind of the energy that I'm picking up for whoever I am speaking to. I could be just talking to me. But the point that I'm making is that could be the energy of the Five of Pentacles. We're about to go ahead and clarify that right now, though. Why is the Ace of Wands here, Spirit? Page of Wands. So somebody, I feel like somebody's been praying for direction, praying for instructions. The Tower. Whatever this is going to come in suddenly. It's going to happen. Maybe even in a way that doesn't feel so pleasant. It could have something to do with a father figure or a husband figure or a male or somebody bringing money. This could even just be somebody securing work and thus bringing a season of life in someone's life to a close, to an end. Now this is going to be somebody going hard, getting to the money. Maybe even working too much, a workaholic energy. Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo right there. I'm going to move on. Show me the Nine of Pentacles. I see the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse, baby. This is not bad energy at all. It is giving all your hard work paying off. It is giving no longer just waiting to be this person. Like if if there's a lady watching or a guy that's watching and you have been working diligently already, working on something or building something behind the scenes, like building systems, building a business, building a brand, whatever it is that you've been working on. And you felt like you've been waiting for your time. I feel like the wait is over, babes. Congratulations. And I say that, and we got big Empress energy showing up. This is a woman in control. This is a woman who has got really everything at her fingertips, at her disposal. And she knows how to get it for herself. She knows how to get it for herself. She knows how to secure it. She's generous. She's beautiful. In the department of guys, he's fine. He knows how to handle his business. He's generous. He's kind to others. He looks out for other people. This is like empire building. This is like a corporation. See, for some of y'all who I'm talking to, it's so important that it's super important that you do what you're supposed to do, that you get your confidence up, that you start executing, that you exude the power and the energy that you naturally exude, because other people are also depending on you. Ooh, y'all, I'm getting a headache with this doggone wig. But anyway, I'm finna wrap it up so I can snatch this off. I'm finna wrap it up. Lord, show me the Five of Pentacles here. What is this Five of Pentacles about? First card out of the deck, the Knight of Cups. Which can be an apology, Wheel of Fortune, a faded conversation between somebody that could have been in and out of your life. As I said that, I heard the what is it, Charlie? Excuse me, Charlie Wilson and the Gap Band. You can't keep wrong. What is it? You can't keep running in and out of our life. That there's a faded discussion, a faded conversation. Bare minimum, an apology could be getting ready to come, and it is because, God dang it, I regret the way that I treated you. I regret this. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Who is this? Oh my God. So I'm not wishing this on nobody, right? I'm not wishing this on anyone. But the reason that I just said, oh my God, is because the vibe that I feel is like, it feels like it feels like this could be connected to someone's mother, baby's mom, a wife, who might not be in that energy anymore, okay? This also could have been somebody else's partner who could have been mean, conniving, rude, manipulative, with the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse. Because that's somebody that's overbearing, trying to micromanage every little thing. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, heavy on the Taurus energy, and also Virgo. With the Knight of Cups, we got Cancer energy, Pisces, and Scorpio. The Wheel of Fortune, that's Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. But I also felt more than anything, I feel like somebody might receive word that something is going on with their mother, like their mother may, and I don't want to wish this, but somebody mama may pass. And that might be where the sadness, the grief may come from. Lord, I hope that ain't the case. I hope it's not. And let me explain what I feel like this is. It's almost giving, and I hope that this is not the case. I'm seeing two different scenarios here with this same storyline. So the first storyline is that someone finally gets like their breakthrough and they start living the lifestyle that they always knew that they were meant to live. Hi, you guys. Thank you for whoever's showing love to the live. I appreciate that so much more than you know. But I feel like somebody's going to get their break. They're going to start living this life and they're going to be living according to their purpose. And their mom is going to be alive to see it, and then she's going to pass. And then it's going to be like, what? It's going to be shocking as hell. Like the wind taken out of you, because your mom was a really huge part of your foundation in life, okay? The other storyline I got with this is that your mom, for whoever I'm speaking to, may pass before she gets to see this. And so when you begin to experience this success, it's going to hurt a little bit, because all you would have wished was that your mom could have been alive to see it. My God, today. Whoever I'm speaking about, and two, even if it's myself, let me go ahead and say, I apologize for that loss. What I'm going to want you to remember, and what I would have to remind myself of if and when this happens, your mom is ever present with you, because your blood, her blood, they're intertwined, they're interconnected. But on top of that, you got to actually experience her in everyday life, and she you. And those memories, that's what lives. That is what lives. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So even if they're not here with you in the freaking physical, y'all, let me remind you, let me say this again. And I'm saying this to people who have actually had the opportunity to experience their mother. Okay? But they may have lost her. She is still with you. And you can draw on those conversations, even if they weren't the best ones. You can hear her voice again if you want to during times of meditation, or it can happen randomly. But that lady or that man, because again, there's a spirit, and the spirit is both genders, so it could be either or. But I feel like a heavy mother energy here. She is with you. Her blood runs through your veins. You guys could never be disconnected. Like never. Do you understand that? So remember that. Hold on to that like the treasure that it is. Hold on to that like the treasure that it may be. Know that as well, because you're experiencing it, she gets to experience it too. Because you're living your life. And let's talk about this real quick, okay? It may have taken you some time, but you're there. And whoever I'm speaking to, if you ain't there yet, I'm telling you now that it look like in the cards that you are going to get there. Even if she doesn't get to be there to witness it. And because you make it there, and you got that lady's blood running through your veins to go for a father that is passed as well, they are going to be there with you. They're already there with you. Your ancestors. I'm talking about more than just your immediate people. It's other people that was rooting for you. And in the spirit realm, they're lending their energy to you. And it's in your blood already. It's in your DNA already. You don't got to ask for this. It's already there. Hallelujah. That is the general reading, you guys, for the collective. You know. And I hate to have to say that. I hate to have to say that. But I need you to know. You needed to know. You needed to know. And that's if that's somebody's storyline. Only time will reveal that, okay? But the 5 of Pentacles was here. And that could be about disappointment, grief, depression. Something, in fact, mental health that is passed down from generation to generation. But I will say that I also have picked up on a vibe, like I said, of like when you make it to the top, sometimes it can be lonely at the top. And I don't feel like I got a chance to say that super clear. So this is my time. I'm saying it now. That could also be the understanding. Once you make it to the top, sometimes it's lonely there. Sometimes it's lonely. I touched on it briefly when I said that there were some people who cannot come with you. But yeah, that has been the reading, you guys. If there is some of you guys who want to get your own reading here while we're on the live, you're welcome to ask for that now. What you need? Why you looking sad? You want mommy to stop? She said, yeah. And I'm talking about that was the clearest that girl ever said it. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here because my head hurt anyway. Ooh, my God. Oh, that feels so good.
Daddy.
Yeah, mama, daddy. Hopefully going to be coming soon, girl. Yeah. All right, you guys. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful evening. It was my pleasure to serve y'all this way. I really hope something that was said helped or was true even, okay? I don't mess with my glasses. Okay, peace, love, light, and darkness, which all work together to bring balance and harmony, first within ourselves and then within our world. Good night or good morning. Bye. Okay, that's the wrong way. It's right here. Okay, Pookie, now you can come on. Dari, now you can come on. Oh, y'all so cute, my baby. My babies can come on now. Bring your pillow. Sit by my. Hurry up.
I'm coming.